Hi guys, welcome back. We are into a series where we are going to discuss about the 5 phases through which you can achieve your dream of working into a dream company, into a dream job role. In this section, we are going to discuss about the first phase. We will be discussing in detail about the first phase. So let's start. It is a step-by-step process to get a job profile of your choice. The very first phase in this program, in this process, is the research phase. This is the phase for this section, and we'll be discussing in detail, in depth about this particular phase in this section. But to give you an overall of the process, the next phase after the research phase is known as vision phase, visionary phase, which we'll be discussing in the next lecture. And going forward, in each video, you will learn about one particular phase which you can utilize and use in achieving your dream job. After vision, there comes a setup phase, and after setup, there comes a target phase. The final phase is known as hit phase. So it's a 5-step process: research, vision, setup, target, and hit. So let's start with the research phase in this video. But before we go deep into the research phase, I wanted to inform you about the time frames. So I presume that you guys will be working in parallel as we proceed further into each step. So I expect that the research phase is going to take anywhere in between 2 to 4 weeks. A vision phase after that is going to take anywhere in between 1 to 3 weeks. Setup phase will take anywhere in between 3 to 7 weeks. Target is going to take any time in between 2 to 3 weeks. And the hit phase, the final phase, is going to take any time in between 3 to 7 weeks. Now, one thing is very important. In each and every phase, there are one major input from your side that I need, and that is to keep patience and perseverance. You have to be positive all the time. Just rule out all the negative thoughts. Rule out completely. Stay positive, have patience and perseverance. And I can assure you, this is going to change your life. This is going to get out the best from yourself, and you are definitely going to get your dream job. Okay, so let's start. Now, in order to proceed with this particular phase, the research phase, so in order to proceed further, it is mandatory that I bring in a story for you, which will help in understanding and which will help in guiding on how you can proceed further with this phase. So we need a character for the story. So let's give the character a name. I have a newly graduate person over here, and he's looking for a job. So let's give this character a name. Maybe we can call him as Alex. Okay. Now Alex is a newly graduate person and he's looking for a job. He wants to work in a multinational corporation. He dreams that 5 years down the line he would be managing a team of IT professionals into an MNC. But then how is the question. He now starts trying to understand the path on which he can achieve this position. So he asked the question to himself, which all companies he would like to work for. And he further interrogates himself. What are the positions available through which he can enter those organizations? He does research. He visits the various job portals and various other online modules and identifies that these are the companies he would like to work for. He would like to work for Microsoft, he would like to work for IBM, he would like to work for Google, he would like to work for Amazon, or he would like to work for Deloitte. So he have just shortlisted the name of the companies and he have decided that these are the 5 companies he would like to target for. Now further he decides, or in fact he have to understand what are the job positions through which he can enter those companies. So he further researches on the job portals and online modules and he identifies there are in general 5 positions which he can target at. The very first position is of a software development. Next is a technical support position. Then is security and compliance position. Then is a position of network engineer. And then is a position of system administrator. So these are 5 main positions which are available with all these 5 organizations in which they do the hiring at his level. Now, to enter into any of these organizations, he has to choose one of those job roles. He now further thinks about let me find out what are the skills needed for each of these job roles. He does his further research and then identifies that for software development, the skills needed are majorly Java, .NET, Python, Node, and other programming languages. He does his research on technical support job profile. And then he identifies that the major skill required for a technical support role is Microsoft Office, ITIL concepts, basic computer skills, and of course communication skills. He then further researches on security and compliance and founds that for security and compliance job profile, he needs a security industry certification. He further needs an analytical thinking skill and the communication skill. Then for the network engineer, he finds that he needs CCNA, CCNP certifications. These are the network certifications given by Cisco company. Then he further drills down to system administrator and finds that for system administrator, he needs a system admin credential, system admin certifications, operating system knowledge. So this was an overview of what he found about these 5 job roles. Next, he has to decide on which role should he choose? He further drills down on what are his current skills, the skills that he already has. What skills does interests him as well? Okay, then he comes to a position where he thinks that I have a good understanding of Windows operating system and I find it interesting as well. So let me think a little more about it. So this is the way in which he started his thought process. And after thinking for a while, he feels that he should stick with system admin role. He continues to think. Again, maybe a system admin or not. Maybe yes, maybe no. I mean, this was the confusion all this while in his thought process. So after thinking enough for a week or so, he decided that yeah, system admin role is what he is interested in. He has a bit of knowledge in Windows Server, so he would like to proceed ahead with the system administrator role for Windows Server. Now the next question that came up is let him find out what are the actual skills needed for him to get the job as a system administrator role. He would not be having all the skills. So he has to find out what are the skill gaps. He has to compare the skills that is needed in the organization with the skills that he has currently. So he does further researches and found that there is a first level of he just does an overview and notes down few of the skills that is needed for him to get that particular job. He notes it down and in parallel he notes down the skills that he currently has. Okay. Now after he has noted those skills, he thought about connecting with people on LinkedIn who has a profile similar to the profile in which he wants to go into. So he sends the request to people on LinkedIn and also he visits the profile of those people and continues on noting down their skills and making a note of it into his skill gap notes. So to summarize what we have seen in the story, what has Alex done? Alex has researched about the career path options. From the available options, he has identified the role which interests him based on his particular interest, his particular knowledge, his particular skill. He has went into various job portals and noted down the skills needed for that role. Then he has made a note of the skill gaps that are there in between with what is needed to what he has currently. He has looked for people on social network who are into the same role and he has added those skills of those people into his skill gaps list. Hi guys, so we have seen the story of Alex and whatever activities he has done in the research phase of his dream job hunt. Now in parallel, I would suggest you all to make note and follow the same process which Alex is doing. so that as I have given the time frame in the coming months, you can get closer to your dream job. In my next video, I'll tell you more about the vision phase, and I'm sure on following all these 5-step process, you will be able to target the company in which you want to work, and you'll be able to successfully achieve your dream job. So thanks for now, and stay connected, stay tuned to my channel. Do like, share and subscribe to my channel. All the very best, and see you in my next lesson. Thank you.